police failed to preserve certain evidence, and that evidence would show that my client was not guilty of the charged offense. There's a couple witnesses that disagree with each other, and well, this will go to show that my client was not doing what they said that they were saying they did. So this guy is sitting in my car, and no, I'm not using him as a way to use the HOV lane without paying. He is going to be an exhibit in my next trial so that we can touch, move, and manipulate a human being without an actual human being being touched, moved, or manipulated. This is a way to help the jury to see what happened, and so that they can know exactly what happened without guessing. I spent the day working on one of my cases. There's a couple witnesses that disagree with each other, and well, this will go to show that my client was not doing what they said that they were saying they did. This is a custody case, and well, some people like to use the law as a sword rather than a shield, and those people are the bad guys. We need to show that. One of the ways to show it is through investigation. Make sure that the people who disagree, who are all there, are in court and tell the truth. One, I'm working on some motions issues because the police failed to preserve certain evidence, and that evidence would show that my client was not guilty of the charged offense. The law on this is very interesting and weird. Basically, you have to do a couple of things. One, you have to show that the police or the prosecution knew that the evidence was helpful to the defense before it was destroyed. Two, that it was destroyed. And then three, that you can't, there's no other evidence that is obtainable that can do the same thing. Well, the weird thing is that if you can show that it was valuable to you before it was destroyed, you might lose on the third part because you can show that generally what that evidence is. What is it? It's evidence of drug use, and specifically it was evidence of use of a very powerful hallucinogenic that would prevent my client from understanding what was happening when things were happening. Still digging. The police knew that he was under the influence of some kind of drug, and even named a drug that was very powerful. The police even indicated that they were bringing him to the hospital and would take blood to find out what was in his blood. Unfortunately, they never did such a thing. They brought him to the hospital, they brought him home, they never tested his blood, and that was the end of that. And now, although we have police officers that will suggest that he might have been on some kind of a drug, there's no real way to determine that for certain. And it's possible the jury would say, well, if you can't show it, then we're not going to believe it. My client is accused of doing something so many times that the DA and the judge just want to throw him away so that he can never do it again. He does the exact same thing over and over and over again, apparently. Nobody ever gets hurt, but some people are offended. My job at this point is to find a way to convince the DA and the judge that there's a way to solve this. It appears to be something is triggering him to do that he can't control. And nobody has tried to help him stop it. And I have the sense that he wants to stop it. I don't want to throw him away. I want to find a way to help him. That's a lot of what we do.